Welcome back to Finance for Firefighters. Today we're going to talk about the child tax credit and Trump accounts for your kids. What if you could build wealth for your kids, starting with deductions that you already qualify for? Today we'll talk about child tax credit changes and your Trump accounts your kids now qualify for. After this video, check for your availability to qualify for the $2,200 per child tax credit. And then also look at the logistics of setting up a Trump account for your kids or even your grandkids. It's a 2025 game changer. This is like setting up a savings account for your kid right when they're born. Except now the tax benefits and the investments grow tax-free. The sooner you start, the more compounding will affect it and the more money will build up in that account. Starting in 2025, the child tax credit increases to $2,200 per year. The refundable portion starts at $1,400 in 2024 and increases with inflation. Talk about inflation-adjusted credit. So right now, $2,200 a year. And then from 2026 moving forward, it's going to be adjusted for inflation every year. That means it's going to keep going up. Social Security numbers are required for a child and at least one parent. Phase outs start at $400,000 for married filing jointly and $200,000 for single. Okay, now let's talk about Trump accounts. What is it? Well, it's a government-backed wealth building account, like an IRA or something else like that they're able to invest and reap benefits from as they age. Who qualifies? Any child under the age of 18 qualifies. What are the contribution limits? Do up to $5,000 per year per child. After 2027, the amount adjusts for inflation. So 2027, up to $5,000 a year. And then based on CPI, it's going to adjust with inflation moving forward. What are the different investment options? That's a great question. You can use either mutual funds or ETFs. And the only exception to that is that it has to be at least that 0.1% investment or expense ratio on that. Withdrawals are locked until that child turns 18. So you're not able to do anything without any early payment penalties, except for a few exceptions like ABLE accounts or things like that. Based on what your employer does or different benefits that they offer, your employer can also contribute up to $2,500 per year per child to these Trump accounts on your behalf. And obviously this money is tax-free. For any babies that are born between 2025 and 2028, the government's actually going to subsidize $1,000 into that account to start it up for you also. Let's take a quick example. Let's say that you had a child in 2025, the government's going to put $1,000 in there to start up for you, and you're able to do $5,000 a year into that. If you take relatively conservative estimate and you say you do $5,000 a year until the kid turns 18, that child's going to have about $150,000 in that account by the time they turn 18. So if you're talking about life-changing money to be able to purchase their first home, if they're going to be going to school or any other kinds of financial investment type things that they want to do moving forward, they already have a chunk of money to get that started. If I start a Trump account, can I use a 529 plan for my child? The answer is yes. How does this affect your taxes? Does it affect your taxes? The answer is no. If you're adding to this, it doesn't adjust your adjusted gross income, and it also doesn't affect your deductions. And all of that money in there grows interest-free and tax-free. What can we invest in? Like I said before, ETFs or mutual funds. You're not able to do anything past that because they don't want a lot of high-risk stuff like individual stocks, cryptocurrency, or anything else like that that could be a lot more high risk. So your mutual funds, your ETFs with that expense ratio of 0.1% or less. We've all seen firefighters that invested or they're currently paying for their kids' colleges right now, right? 529 plans are a great way to do that. The downside about that is it's pigeonholed just for that. If you have other things that pop up, your child decides not to go to college, you have other things you're going to help them with, like vehicles or home purchase their first home or other things like that. Why not get started right now when they're first born and have 18 years worth of growth in that interest? Here's 5 practical steps to get started. Number 1, claim your child on your normal income taxes, right? $2,200 per child per year starting in 2025. Number 2, enroll your kid in the Trump Accounts program. So you can do up to $5,000 a year. And if they're born between 2025 to 2028, the government will put in $1,000 on top of it for you. Number 3, make regular contributions, up to $5,000 per child per year. Number 4, if you're an employer, consider adding that as a benefit package for your employees. You can do up to $2,500 per employee per year. Number 5, use this for your kids, your grandkids, or if you're an employer, use it for any employees that are under the age of 18. Building wealth for your kids starts early. Using the child tax credit and using the Trump accounts for your children had some huge head start that most of us never had. Set it up now, and by the time they're 18, they're going to have a huge, stable financial platform to start the rest of their life with. Download the Family Wealth Plan worksheet. There's a link in the description. Thanks for joining me on Finance for Firefighters. Same as always, if you have any comments, leave below. Give a thumbs up if you like it. I'll see you guys on the next one.